Hello and welcome back to For the Win on Sandman Sports Picks. It is Pratty Sandhu joined by Paulie Fraser. And we're back again, Paul, to talk some golf. What is going on with you?
Oh, not a whole hell of a lot. That hole in one, that slam dunk hole in one at the stadium course. Oh my God, that was hilarious. What was even funnier was watching all those old PGA marshals doing this to a bunch of rowdy, drunk, and stoned college people. Like, yeah, that was gonna help, man. Oh my God, did
No
those people lose
shit.
what little minds they had? It's funny if you look at it, you see the security guards. They're
Yeah.
going, "We ain't getting involved with this. Just let them go." But oh man, what a hole in one, and what a hell of a hole to do it at. It was unreal.
You know, it had been like 4 years since they had a hole in one on that hole.
Wow.
Yeah.
The only
Surprised
other
me
thing I
too.
enjoyed more was the only other thing I enjoyed more was listening to David Faraty at the Live Golf. It's like, oh, that's right, aim for that light. But oh, some of those shots they were making there,
Yeah,
some of
we
the
know.
putts, it was
Mhm.
just unreal. Some long, I
Well,
mean, some of them they were just sticking some of these shots on the fairways, on the greens. It was great.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch. The ratings
Yeah.
weren't exactly the greatest for that Live Golf event, but I enjoyed it. I had a second place runner-up finish there. John Rahm couldn't get it done. He was 2 strokes behind the
Mm.
Polish Prince, Adrian Meronk, who's a really good player. I bet on him
He
a
led
couple
that.
times last year. Right,
He
wire to
he was
wire.
leading that
Yeah,
right from. Yeah, that was unreal. When was the last time we had a wire to wire winner at any tournament other than maybe Eldrick years ago?
it's been a while. I mean, it happens here and there, but -10 in the first
Yeah.
round, and then he backed up with a couple of -4, -5 type rounds. Really impressive. He got the $4 million prize, and John Rahm
Yeah.
has to settle for $2 million for second place. So, but
Oh,
his team did get the victory.
yeah.
Yeah, so he gets 75. He gets, I think, what is it for the team victory? I think it's 1.25 mil. So they get 5 million for
Nice.
the team victory. The split between 4 guys. So he had a decent weekend, but I mean, it sucks finishing second. We had the second place at Sam Stevens at Torrey Pines 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Good thing we had placings with Sam Stevens, but yeah, I mean, none of our guys were close to the lead there at the Phoenix Open. Everyone made the cut, but funny enough, Siwoo Kim had the first worst round of all the guys. He was like +3 or +4. He ends up finishing tied for 21st, just outside the tie for 20th that I needed. So not the best betting
Oh,
week for me in the pro golf world, Paul. I know it sucks, but
yeah.
Live Golf was a good sweat with Rom. I mean, he came out gunning. He's only 2 back, like 5 or 6 holes in, but he missed a couple of
Yeah.
crucial putts. Last hole, he had like a 4-footer he missed to put the pressure on Moronk. But yeah, props. I mean, Thomas Dietrich, the guy had been a pro for what was it, 8 years, and he had only won one time. It was on like a junior tour, and
Mm.
he's a world class player from Belgium,
Yeah.
from Brussels. So he won that. He was contending at the PGA Championship last year at Valhalla, and it gets the monkey off his back, so people don't have to say, "Oh, this guy's never
Yeah.
won and he can't contend at big events." Because I like his chances at some of the majors. He hits it far, a pretty good
Yeah.
putter, smooth swing. And it's funny enough, I actually got some future bets for some of the majors, Paul, because I was watching
Okay.
Daniel Berger. He finished second this week. He hadn't played really any good golf in a while. He had a back injury. And I know having a back problem in golf is probably the worst thing you can have in the game of golf, besides having mental problems, right? But
either that or screwed up shoulders. No.
Well, that's not
So
gonna help anyone. But yeah, so I took him at 100 plus 110 to 1.
wow.
So 110 to 1, I should say, at the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow, the second major of the year. I logged in 10 minutes later. His odds were taken off the board and then readjusted. He's now, I think, 80 to 1. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I also bet on our Canadian boy, Taylor Pendrith. He did pretty good for us at Pebble.
Okay.
And yeah, like I don't know why, but he was 225 to 1. This week, Paul, he's 40 to 1. And at 225.
Holy shit.
So I put $2 on him to win like 450. So yeah, and the thing is, they took that one off the board too. So that one's probably going to be readjusted. I also got a future on him for the Open Championship in Northern Ireland this year at Royal Portrush. And I got a couple for the Masters as well. Who else do I have? I have a couple from the Open. I have Justin Thomas and Waco Neiman at 75 to 1. They're currently around 40, 50 to 1 right now. They were just playing bad golf at some point last year, and I got really good odds. Jumped on them. So, yeah, man, that's last week. We'll move on to this week in the world of professional golf. We're going back to Torrey Pines, Paul, for the old LA Open Genesis Invitational, hosted by the great Tiger Woods. He was supposed to be playing, Paul. Unfortunately, he had to withdraw. I think the passing of his mother had something to do with that. Condolences to him. So, yeah, his mom, she was the rock. She was the one that influenced him to wear red on Sunday. And I know red is your favorite color, and that pissed you off. So,
yeah,
right. But we're back at Torrey, the South Course for 4 rounds.
If you like red, I don't. Yeah, it's supposed to be, what is it? Good luck or something like that for the Asians.
It's supposed to be like a comic
color red
color or something, but some of the reds that were on Sunday weren't exactly your kind of red, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. It's not red. You can't call salmon pink red.
We're a little on the the pink side. So Torrey Pines, 4 rounds, only 70 guys. Got 72 guys in there. 60 guys make elevated event. Previous winner, Hideki Matsuyama. Obviously, that was at Riviera. Riviera is one of our favorite courses in the world. Obviously, has that par 4 10th. It's only 300 yards, but you don't hit the right spot on that hole. That is the shortest par 5 in the world, man. I have made so many bogeys on that hole in the video game, where I was like green high bunker or like on the green sometimes, and I still made a bogey. So that course is going to be missed, but we got Torrey Pines.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good event. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, got all the big names in there. We got Scotty, we got Rory, Thomas, we got Spieth, we got Hideki, all the top golfers except for Xander Schauffele. He's still out, which kind of sucks, but hopefully he gets back, because there's some big events coming up before you know it. The Players and the tournament in Augusta, Georgia is coming up as well, the Invitational. So hope to see Xander back out there. But let's kick it off with the first pick of this week, Paul. I am going to a fan favorite, Justin Thomas at 19 to 1. Yep. He hasn't won in 2 years, Paul. Hard to believe, since he won the 2022 PGA Championship playoff. But he showed some signs last week. He holed out on the 18th hole for an eagle, and I'm hoping that mojo, spreads to Torrey Pines. And he's not a guy who usually plays Torrey Pines. That's not the best thing for me. I just think he's playing well right now, and he's on the brisk. And he finished T6 last week. Bit of a backdoor T6, but still, JT 19-1. I used my Bet365 boost, so I got him at like 28-1 or something like that. So
yeah,
I think he is due. Obviously, it's been 2 freaking years. So JT, time to step on the pedal and go to Torrey Pine South, and let's take this bitch home. You with me, Paul?
Oh yeah, and that's actually out of all the bets you've done so far, that's the lowest odds that you've had. Usually they're like like with Sam Burns, 45-1. I've seen you have it like 125-1 at 19-1. That that's an odd one, but hey.
Well, part of it is it's a limited field. It's a limited field too, right? So you're only beating half the normal amount of golfers, so they get it's like LIV for lower odds because you're only beating like 50, 60, 70 guys. So it's just the algorithm that the sports books use to set their odds. I don't think it's that crazy. But speaking of Sammy Burns, took him last week. I'm going back to the well. Still hasn't put what you would say 4 good rounds together, Paul. But I'm going to this man. He hasn't won in a couple of years as well. I'm playing that this man has to win a freaking golf tournament sooner than later. Elevated event. He hits the ball high, hits the ball far. That's what I like at Torrey. So Sammy Burns is the second pick, 45-1. I think pretty good odds. And then we're going to Sepp Straka, Paul. He's already won this year, obviously, at the old Bob Hope, known as the Amex. And he was playing pretty well a couple of weeks ago at Pebble. He was in contention with Rory and gang on the final round.
Okay.
And Sepp won, I believe, last year as well. So he's been in the winner's circle. He's been around the lead. Just a great ball striker. And this year, I was looking at the winners list, Paul. It's been mostly Europeans and internationals. Only one American winner so far. That was Harris English.
Wow.
Yeah. Been a lot of international. He was the first winner. Nick Taylor, Canadian international winner. Obviously, we had Rory at Pebble, the European winner. And last week, another European, Thomas Dietrich, right? So I'm riding with the international European train for the Sepp Straka pick. And the last pick I'm rolling with is, again, Davis Thompson. I just really like this kid. I like his future. Getting him with an each way bet, 8 places, 75-1. He's regularly, I think, 100-1. I think this guy should be around the 80-1 price range. So he's my long shot in the dark.
Okay.
And if he finishes in the top 10, I get a little bit of a kickback. So I like that. And so Davis Thompson, pick number 4 for the Genesis Invitational at Torrey Pines. Okay, Paul, we're going to move on to LIV Golf Adelaide in Australia. That's my best Australian accent.
Right on.
This is probably the best event LIV has
going
all
down
year.
under.
Yeah, this is their best event. The crowd is crazy. Biggest crowds they have by like a mile. I mean, those Aussies, they like to get into some adult beverages, and I think they have like a signature hole, par 3, where they like to, they like to consume. They make sure they're not dehydrated out there, right? Our Aussie friends down south. So it's a great tournament to watch.
Sort of like the 16th, the stadium hole at that they had. Okay.
Exactly.
It's their version of number 16 where they get a little rowdy.
Yes, exactly. And they already have music playing like the whole course, so it's just a little bit more. It's their version, but this course isn't really super long, right? Like Torrey Pines is like 77, almost 7,800 yards. This course for LIV it's like under 7,000 yards, so you don't need distance. More of an accuracy irons players course. So that's why the first pick I'm going to go with is Louis Oosthuizen.
Hey.
Yeah, Louis.
Louis.
He hasn't won on the LIV circuit, but the guy's finished second, I swear, at least 8 times. He's finished second at majors so many times, Paul. This guy, he has the Grand Slam, I think, second place major finishes. I like him at this course. He's been kind of quiet, but I think this time it's his time. Louis getting pretty good odds. We know he's a ball striker. If he can make a few putts, this course isn't too far away from where he's from. He's a South African.
Yeah.
That's my best South African. So that's pick number 1 for LIV Golf, 5th pick on the menu. 6th pick is kind of a out of the nowhere pick, Paul. I'm going with the triangle. Cameron Tringali. I almost said triangle. Cameron Tringali. He's on Phil's team, High Flyers. Another steady player. Hasn't won on the LIV Tour yet, right? I should say the LIV League. It's not a tour, it's a league. But I think he fits pretty good into the course mold of winners here. He can hit some good irons, great putter. So I'm taking a shot in the dark with the Triangle Man. And the last pick from LIV Golf and this is Invitational. I'm taking a shot with Charles Schwartzel. He was actually the inaugural winner of the LIV League first event back in London, I believe, in 2022. And I think he has a chance this week. Played a couple of good rounds there last week in the Middle East. And going with the South African theme, kind of with Louis, not too far away from home.
Yeah.
Probably have a lot of South Africans in the crowd. And let's see if, he can get in the mix. I took some placings with him, 5 places, right? So we got a couple of South Africans on the menu. I got a couple of Americans with Justin Thomas, Sam Burns at the Genesis Invitational. And don't know why I threw Cameron Triangle back on the screen there, but so that pretty much wraps it up for this week's show. Is double header, Paul. We got a elevated event on the PGA Tour. We got LIV Golf Adelaide, which is probably their flagship event. So looking forward to this week on tour. Would love to see Tiger play. I know you were going to be, having your miscut voodoo on him, but maybe next year for that, Paul. Save that for next year, right? You got Augusta. You got a couple other events.
Yeah,
you got plenty
I'll
of time.
save my voodoo for his next tournament,
which will be the Masters. Okay, thank everyone for joining.
Quite well at.
He does. We want to thank everyone for joining us today. Please like and subscribe. Paul and I will catch you guys next time on For the Win. Later, everyone.
Ciao.
Beats.